Just waiting to see who jumps in the room. Let me know if you guys can hear me or see me clearly. Oh my God, this shit is strong. Comment below if you guys can see or hear me clearly. Hey, Natasha, what's up? What's up? So I wanted to jump on this live to, hey, what's up? What's up? Thank you guys. Thank you. Just a couple of quick items that I wanted to discuss with you guys. Okay, y'all can hear me clearly as well. I wanted to jump on live because I had a whole video prepared and I read a comment, and normally, I try not to let comments bother me, but I'm already in a mental state today because I had to send my dog to my parents' house because I just got a puppy about maybe 3-4 months ago. And it was hard to film videos with the puppy, right? Okay, y'all can hear me good. It was hard to film videos with the puppy because the puppy wasn't being quiet. And so it was just causing a lot of stress. And I was like, it would be better. My mom and dad wanted him. So I sent him today to go stay with them for a little bit. So I'm already like in an emotional state, right? So I read this comment today and it just annoyed me to no end, right? So the comment basically was that it was about the Nick Cannon story, and somebody was saying, what he was saying wasn't problematic or something like that. And, I'm basically just giving you guys the news stories as it breaks, right? I didn't really give you guys too much of my opinion on that, other than my thought that on podcasts, it allows people to give a lot more of their thoughts and their opinions, and therefore that could typically get them in a lot of trouble. You know what I'm saying? And that was the case with Nick Cannon. But I actually also, too, went back and listened to more of that podcast, and we'll discuss that in just a second, right? We'll get back to exactly what happened with that in a second. But we'll go ahead and start off with the Kenya Moore situation. And I'll go ahead and tell you what the comment was. The comment that really annoyed me. Oh, guys, my birthday is actually tomorrow. The comment that actually annoyed me was that someone said that I was shucking and jiving for sponsorships, for sponsors, because I guess because I want to be sponsored on my channel or whatever, or I was shucking and jiving for corporations or something like that. And it just baffled my mind because I'm like, let me let y'all know something. Just to kind of give you some background on why I do what I do. I used to live in Hollywood. I used to want to, work on like Entertainment Tonight or something like that, until I actually got into the world of news. And I was like, this is not something that I want to do. This is not me. I'm not able to be free and be myself, right? I'm somebody I'm a 6'3" black man with tattoos, right? And I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys the lowdown on things that have been said to me in the industry, right? I was told that because of my beard, I look like a terrorist. No lie. I was told that by a casting agent, right? But I'm not trying to shave my beard. I'm the type of person, I got piercings, I got nose piercing, I got all types of piercings and stuff like that. Tattoos all over my body. You know what I'm saying? Can't be covered. So I don't look like the type of dude that's going to be sitting on, Entertainment Tonight, rubbing elbows with everybody. And I'm okay with that because I want these tattoos. If it was up to me, I would have tattoos all up on my neck. You know what I'm saying? So the last thing that I really care about, to be quite honest with you guys, is ever having, sponsorships or stuff like that. I don't care about working with networks or anything like that. If somebody does want to work together, I'm cool with it. I'm open, but that's not my goal. My goal is to be able to do whatever the heck I want to do, right? And that includes talking about reality TV shows. Now, if it's in line with that, then I'm good. But otherwise, I don't do nothing for anything other than I wake up in the morning every day searching for news stories because I want to bring you guys an aggregate of news stories that you would find as entertaining as I do. That is my sole purpose for doing this. And it was just, that comment just struck me because I'm like, are people confused by why I'm doing this? I hope not, because what I want is the connection that I have with you guys. I'm cool with everything else. Everything else, if it comes to me, God bless me with it, I'm good with that. But in terms of like trying to get this or get that, that's not my thing. You know what I'm saying? I like to just be able to do what I want to do every single day, wake up, give y'all the tea, you know what I'm saying? Chat about it with y'all, you know what I mean? And that's that, you know? So I had to really I had to really give you guys, you know, my thoughts on that topic or whatever. Now, with regards to Kenya Moore, let me just give you guys the tea right off the rip. You know, the deal is that she is in New York City right now, right? So I don't know if can you guys see the photo? Let me know if you guys can see it. Okay, I got it. I can see it myself, right? So she's in the photo. She's in what looks like New York City. I feel like that's the New York City skyline, right? And so there's also a picture on the Brooklyn Daily's Instagram page. Now, you guys know I have a general rule on my page. I don't typically like to show people's kids if I can help it, right? Because I just feel like kids that's a whole different ball game, and they are innocent. They, you know, even though I'm not saying anything negative, but I just don't like to do it. Anyway, there's a picture on Brooklyn Daily's Instagram page where she's being read to in the bed by her daddy, Marc Daly, right? So people were putting all of these things together and they're like, okay, these two are reconnecting. Now, the other thing to note is that the numbers are down in New York as of the current moment, right? In terms of where they were at the beginning of the pandemic. So it stands to reason that she could have left quarantine in Atlanta, where restrictions had loosened anyway, to go visit her baby daddy, you know what I'm saying, in New York City. Now, I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all the truth. I, for one, had personally not been a fan of her getting back together with this man. I really hadn't, because it's something about how when a man disrespects a woman on national television that it just chaps my butt. You know what I'm saying? It just makes me like, it just agitates me. You know what I'm saying? But I'm also trying to be very sensitive to the institution of marriage, particularly when I look at, you know, Black families and families in general. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like there's something about when two people can make it work in spite of all odds. I think that's, to me, is what marriage is about. And that's honestly, when I started reviewing Married to Medicine when I was at AfterBuzz TV, that's what really drew me into Married to Medicine way back in the day, because you got to see the ins and outs of the marriages of these people who work in the medical industry, which is something that was novel to us. You know what I'm saying? At least for me, you know, so to me, that's why that show is interesting. And I'm referring to Married to Medicine Atlanta. I'm still not sold yet on Married to Medicine Los Angeles, although I like some of the cast members. Let me know. Can I ask y'all a question? Those of you in the chat, give me a yes or no. Do you want to see Kenya and Marc back together? Now, this is just a question for y'all. Do y'all see it for them? Do y'all feel like y'all want to see it back together? A yes or no question in the chat. Give it to me, give it to me, give it to me. I want to see these comments, because I'm just curious to see, you know, what you guys think, because I know, okay, I see some notes. I see some notes. I see some yes and no's. I see yes. I see capital N-O. I don't know. This is interesting. I agree. Their choice. Their choice. Bright Star feels like it would be fake. So I had heard, one of the things that I had heard was that the Real Housewives of Atlanta this new season would focus more on, you know, the Black family unit and how that works, especially in this day and age. And I don't necessarily feel like that's a bad idea for us to see, because I feel like we could stand to see a lot more of that. You know what I mean? So then the next thing that I kind of want to discuss with you is the thing that I feel like is causing a lot of controversy for a lot of people right now, and that is Nick Cannon's statements. Now, with regards to Nick Cannon, what I will say is I think I made the mistake of doing this too. You know, if you read when you read the headlines, you will see, you know, the highlights of what he said. Now, when you go to his page and you look at the interview in general, I think what I see is Nick is trying to do something educational. I think that he is putting on the Cannon's class in order to do something that will be impactful for the culture, if you understand what I'm saying. I think he got caught up in a sense because I think that, you know, now people are looking at him making these statements like, bro, like, what are you doing? What's happening here? But there are some people who feel like what he's saying is true in terms of the Hollywood aspect of it, you know, in terms of like certain companies owning a large degree of a large portion of the media conglomerates in Hollywood and stuff like that. Anyway, the news is, and the tea is, that Diddy has invited that good Nick Cannon to come on over to the Revolt. Okay. If you let me know if you guys can see this. Can you guys see the Twitterization? Okay. Sorry, I'm getting a phone call and I got distracted. Okay, so Diddy's Nick Cannon, come home to Revolt TV, truly Black owned. We got your back and love you and what you have done for the culture. We are for our people first, for us, by us. Let's go. So the other reason I wanted to jump onto the chat today was because I wanted to get an idea of what you guys felt about Nick Cannon's statements. Nick Cannon was giving a lot of historical context for a lot of what he was saying. Now, he mentioned some things that were said by Farrakhan, and from my understanding, it seems as though Farrakhan is a controversial figure in terms of when somebody mentions something that he says, it automatically gets labeled a certain type of way. I wanted to come to you guys and ask because I wanted to really understand what you guys were feeling about this. Because some people say that he spoke the truth, right? Hey to everybody who jumped in. Entanglement. I don't know what you feel. That's why I'm asking. I'm really curious as to see, because what I'm looking at on social media is a very different picture. I'm looking at social media like, okay, like there's something like people are really feeling a type of way about this whole situation. Some people are really standing behind him and some people are really not really feeling what he said. So I wanted to know what y'all think. And so that's how I viewed the situation too. I tried to look in my mind. I'm looking at, I have two minds, right? To be very honest with you, when I think, and a part of me has the old like working in Hollywood type situation where you don't go against the system, right? Because the system will, the moment you say something about the system, they will take you down. You know what I'm saying? But that just really feeds back into the stuff that he was saying. It's wild. So I just kind of wanted to, if anybody wants to, I'm going to post the link down here. I don't know how this whole thing works with StreamYard. I just posted the link in the chat if you wanted to jump onto the chat to talk about this real quick. And I want to get comfortable myself with having uncomfortable conversations in the hopes of us becoming more enlightened, but not for the sake of being in any way disrespectful or I'm not trying to be controversial. I'm not trying to do any of that. I'm just trying to understand what my people and my people being you guys who are in the chat think about this whole situation. So if you want to jump on, I'll put the link in the description. This is a good question, and I'll answer this for you. Sweet Beloved says, when dealing with Hollywood, why can't you have freedom of speech? It's a very interesting, Hollywood is a very interesting place for a lot of people. And I think it kind of works the same as somewhat the same as it does in the corporate world, right? Where you're not allowed to speak out against the system because those people in Hollywood, if you say something, the truth of the matter is, I've seen and heard of a lot of people get blackballed. Like they're not able to get jobs after they say certain things. They're not able to get work. And when you're not able to get work, it's like, it's crazy. That's your livelihood. So what do? You know, if you're at your job, are you going to speak out against your company? Let me ask you that. If you feel like your job is doing something wrong and your job is your main source of income, I just want to know what you guys think. Oh, thank you guys for the early birthday wishes. My birthday is tomorrow. I might jump on a live. This is kind of what I was trying to say earlier. And I think that Keisha, you hit the nail on the head. You can have freedom of speech, but you also have to accept the consequences. And I think that that's what I was trying to say earlier, because you just have to know that when you decide to make that stand, that there are going to be some repercussions. Yeah. So it's interesting. I guess, let me know if any of you guys wants to jump on here. This is the chat stream. I don't know how it works, to be quite honest with you, but we'll figure it out. And do you guys think that Nick Cannon would be more in line with going to Revolt at this point? Taking Wild 'N Out to Revolt from MTV and taking it over to Revolt? This is so true. Hollywood is made up for reality TV. You can't pull back the curtain and don't expect the curtain to be closed on you. Okay, so I'm going to try to add Tracy to the stream. Oh, Tracy, if you want to come back onto the stream, come in. Guys, when you come into the stream, just don't curse. If you do, I'm sorry, I missed it. Tracy, try to come back. They tried to get Jesse Williams fired from Grey's Anatomy for speaking out. Yeah. And see, again, this is why I wanted to come on here and ask you guys the questions, because, you know, sometimes if I'm unsure about a subject, I'll just give you the news and I won't really give you that much of an opinion, because I need to do more research and I need to really ponder it. But I like to do a live and talk with you guys about it, because sometimes you guys enlighten me. Okay. And on this particular subject, I feel like I want to get you guys. I want to get you guys' opinion. I'm going to try to share this link one more time. If you want to join in on the chat and you want to give your opinion, please let me know. And I will say something to you guys. This was and I want to take this back to what I said, because I agree with you. We must build our own stuff. The reason I felt like, for me, the comment earlier that I told you about at the beginning of the show bothered me so much, about someone saying that I was just shucking and driving for sponsors or something like that. That's not why I do this. Like, that's not what I want. I just want a place where I can talk about what I want to talk about. And that's it. Like, people have it really misconstrued. And I felt like having my own YouTube page is the reason why, like, that's me having my own stuff. Hey, Mel J, where'd she go? Am I doing this wrong? Thank you, Tracy Allen. Oh, you weren't trying to join, but happy birthday. Thank you. Okay. I feel this too when he called or implied that an origin of people are savages or close to animals and evil. He was out of line. Don't give back the same hate that we get. Oh, wow. Well, let me tell you something, Clara. It's a mess right now. It's a mess over here in the U.S. We got a lot of systemic images systemic issues that we're working on. Okay. Hey, Elle.
Oh shit, am I on? Hello?
Yeah, you
am I on? Oh, okay. I'm not gonna stay here long because I gotta go back to work. I'm not doing much at work, but they don't need to know that.
They don't need to know.
They don't need to know. No, I was just saying, why do people feel like Hollywood owes them to share like their personal thoughts or freedom? Hollywood is Hollywood. It's a business. It's not it's not a platform for freedom. So that's what I want to say. My name is Entitlemented in the chat. I got to change it again, but you only get 3 per year. I mean, 3 per, I don't know. I'm not a troll. I'm a real person. But I'm not sharing my real name because I don't want, what if somebody I work with is watching me talk all this shit? And then, sorry. Talk all this crap.
It's fine.
And the, but yeah, that's all I wanted to say. I felt like Nick Cannon, I love his show, and I think he should go to Revolt. Why are you still there? You're very he's very pro-black, and Hollywood is not. So maybe he should go over there.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like at this point in time, it's almost like take the Tyler Perry route and start doing your own thing and own it.
Exactly. But thank you. I gotta go now, and the service is really horrible here.
All right. Well, we can hear you clearly though.
Okay. Bye.
All right. Bye. I think Nick should start his own network. I think it could happen. Somebody mentioned that Diddy's channel isn't free. MTV and VH1 is included in basic cable. I mean, there's that too. There's that. If you want to join in on the conversation, let me know. I just want to, again, this is just for us to just talk about it and get it, and I don't know what the solution is, but I definitely kind of think that the whole situation with him going to Revolt would be very good. Somebody told me to stop explaining myself. I'll get back to that. I got another viewer. Hey, Christina.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm pretty good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you and see you perfectly.
Awesome. I put a few comments in there. That conversation, I feel like the word anti-Semitic is super triggering to people. And they talked about Semitics, and he talked more about the alignment of, and I put it in the chat about being an other, like how a lot, because this is a Jewish Black household. So the idea that both Jewish and Black people have suffered a lot, they've been considered the others by other races, predominantly white. I think that's what he was reaching for. I don't think he was reaching to denote anything negative, but just positioning himself to understand that there is a separation. And if anything, I think he was more aligning with Jewish than denoting them as being bad or anything else. So I just feel like that gets lost in the meaning. And again, the minute you say anti-Semitic or Semitic, people will, it's just like if you use the N-word, people get triggered. Whether it's coming from a good place or a bad place, when you trigger someone, you don't have any control over their emotional word. It has historically, fundamentally, a really rough sequence in their history or cultural history. So I definitely don't think it's worth getting fired over. But I'll tell you this: I have very, again, when they say like it's really quick to pick out certain people in Hollywood, like, you know, Bill Cosby went down real quick, but Woody Allen's still making movies. So cancel culture is dangerous. Very dangerous. Very dangerous. So,
it is. It's very
I just want to say that.
No, you make some good points. Thank you for chiming in. I really appreciate it and giving that perspective and dropping some knowledge.
Awesome. Cheers. Ciao.
Bye. Okay, we had somebody else who was trying to jump into the chat as well. Let me know if you still want to join in. I think it started with a Z. I'm still new to the joining the chat situation, but we're gonna get it down pat. We're gonna get it down pat. Patricia, thank you so much for that. Listen, it's not my. If it happens again, I'm thankful for it. I welcome any and all blessings. But my goal, I'm telling y'all, I'm so simple in wanting to live just a very simple, peaceful life. I just like talking about this, and this is my outlet for it. And thank God I found y'all. Ooh. Thank you, Baka with 3 olives. We added Mimi to the stream. Mimi is in the building.
Hi. I just want to say that I'm sorry, I'm cleaning over here and everything, but I listen to you every day after a workout, and I do look forward to it. I just wanted to say that I understand where you're coming from with evolving and learning new things, and that's what I'm trying to do as well. And I just think that the media is way bigger than a lot of us think or know. Like there's politics and everything. That's how I feel. And I feel like if you don't play the game a certain way, you're not going to make it. You're going to get outed faster. And I think it just sucks. And I think it's unfortunate that Nick Cannon, for him giving his opinion on something, and actually also giving knowledge that he was let go, I think that's not right. And maybe he should start his own network.
It wouldn't be a bad thing at this point if he did start his own network, because I just kind of feel like he is a master at creating content. Yeah. Like he's created so much. When I was actually going down the list of things that he has created, like Nickelodeon, as well as just under the Viacom umbrella in general, it's crazy.
Yeah. I think that it's unfortunate, and I just hope that a lot of us do take the time to look at different media outlets, because I think that every station has an agenda, and there are people behind it, and start researching, every news media outlet, like, who runs this? What is their agenda? Who do they work with? And that's what I open my mind to for myself.
Yeah.
And I encourage everybody else to do the same thing, whether it's your favorite artist, like what are they about? Like that's how I'm growing as a person today. That's me personally.
Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Good and very good points.
And you're doing a good job. And I don't think that you speak too much. I think that you're explaining because you're learning as a person. Like, we're all evolving. We're all human beings. And every single day we learn something new. I don't care how old you are. I'm 37 years old and I'm still learning something new every day.
And that's why I like to do these lives, because I feel like I sometimes have to work out something in my head. And so I would be here with y'all to chat about it, because I feel like I don't have all the answers. And so but I feel like I'm oftentimes enlightened by y'all.
Yeah, and I think we can enlighten each other as well. And it's very helpful. We should, help each other and be there for each other. And I appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Videos watching. I learned from everybody here. Thank you.
That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing.
God bless everybody. Okay.
Bless you too. I love y'all for real. Let me tell y'all that. Okay, so I'm getting back to the comments over here. Who is, let's see here. All right. How do you join the chat? Let me put the invite into the thing again for you guys. I appreciate y'all. I'm literally never invited people along the chat. Because one time I saw Dr. Heavenly chatting with people, and somebody had done put something nasty up on there when they jumped in. And I was like, oh no. Okay. All right. Let's see here. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, so anyway, there we had somebody.
Oh, hey.
Mel J in the building.
Hey, I'm from South Africa.
Hey, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, I watch your videos every day. I love them.
Thank you. I appreciate that. What's your thoughts on this situation?
So my opinion is, I think Nick Cannon has been in the game for a long time. So he should have known that his comments will come with some consequences. But I do think that losing his show was a bit harsh. That's my opinion.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's and see, that's the thing that I was also saying too, because I was like, I felt like just because he's been in the industry, like he had to be prepared for that statement. Like, because I mean, if you speak it, I feel like you got to stand in it, right? So if he was prepared to, handle the backlash, and that's why I said earlier, to me, like Hollywood can be a scary thing. Let me tell you something. Like, it's just like what Mimi said. Like, it's a situation where if you say the wrong thing, you can be out, right? Especially if you start talking about things that people don't want you to say. And that's a scary part about working in Hollywood, which is, again, why I think it is important for Nick Cannon, who is he's at this point in his career where I think he can do his own thing.
Yes. Even in South Africa, like our celebrities, they know if they have a certain opinion, they know what the consequences are. There's a boundary to what you can say. And I think, comments are offensive to people, and it is justified for him to be punished. But I think it's just the way we portray our comments is very important. When you're in the public eye, your comments are always going to make you lose something if you're not careful. But okay, happy birthday for tomorrow.
Oh, thank you. Thanks you for tuning in and jumping into the chat.
Cool. Bye.
Bye. Okay, we got Stephanie joining in. Hey, Stephanie, you in the building?
Hi, how are you?
Hey, boo.
Well, this is what I wanted to say. With everything that's going on, the way it is going on, sometimes people can become a little bit oversensitive. with certain things that can be said instead of using your conscious mind and making your own decisions, and stop letting other people put their view of life on you. Now, what Nick may have said, could that have been taken a little bit differently? Yes, if you looking to nitpick on everything. Now, did he try to clean it up? Yeah. Did I think it was? Do I think he should have? No, because you have your own personal opinion, and it makes it very difficult in life when you cannot express your own personal opinion. That means that makes you feel like you're being oppressed somewhere. So do I think he should do a Tyler Perry, open up his own studio, hire his own people, run it the way he wants to? He got the money, do it.
I agree with you 100% with that. He's at the level, he can do that.
Exactly. Does he have to? He can pull a Dave Chappelle. I'm tired of it. I'm done. I'm out. I can do my own thing, run it the way I want to run it, pay my people, do everything I have to do, and I don't have to answer to you. Like I said, with the state of things, maybe that might be a good thing to do, is to pull out, start your own company, give them something to compete with, take money out of their pocket, to get them to understand that in the state of times, we as melanated people in all shades, all colors, all personalities, all characters, as beautiful as we are, we can do it, and we can do it better. We proved it over time and time and time again. And maybe that will wake the people up, and then they'll be like, oops, we made a mistake.
Yeah, I mean, I told you, like at the beginning of the talk, I was like, I'm gonna let me see if I can do this. Yeah, I'm learning something new today. Okay, bear with me.
Go ahead on and learn. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to learn and get better with time, like fine wine.
Let me post this real quick because I wanna make this known too. Ava says the president says all kinds of things about whoever and whatever he wants, and is still in the White House.
That's money.
Okay, truth
That's money.
there. Seema, you're in the chat, but we can't see or hear you at this point.
He's still in the White House right now because of money.
Okay.
They could have impeached him a long time ago. But this always talks.
It does.
They knew what they were getting when they put that man in the office. They knew it. They knew who he was. Time and time again, this man has been just a straight douchebag. I'm sorry to say it that way, but he a douchebag.
Wait, we have Zameka. How do you pronounce it?
Zameka
in the building.
I had to get out and put on my shower cap. I was like, Nick got fired. Oh, Lord Jesus. Damn. Like, but I usually fall asleep watching Wild 'N Out. So it's like I looked on cable, look for it. I ain't see it nowhere. Nowhere. But, when you say Farrakhan name, it shakes people. It shakes people. And you got to be in the right company when you do that. And you got to have your own when you want to talk like him. Farrakhan get up and say what he want to say and go on about his business. Nick ain't got that. And now he knows.
That's because they're not going to do nothing to Farrakhan.
That's
they scared of that black man. Let's just keep that real. They scared of that black man.
Can't get up on Viacom like that. I guess Nick felt like he could say something because they let Farrakhan speak on the court. Now he paid big money for those slides. Farrakhan paid for those slides. Nick, you ain't paid for nothing. You still trying to see if you can get some residuals from these shows. And I'm trying to figure out, like, on the credits, was any of that his? Because the whole concept, they stole that from kind of like Mad TV. And the people that he was bringing on, he auditioned them himself. They didn't go through the network, actually. So I'm wondering, like, what about DC? What about Carlos? What about everybody that's on there? Like, is the show out or is he out? I'm scared. I don't know what to do. But I don't think he should join Diddy because Diddy stuff is not free on basic cable. And then on top of that, sometimes they be running off time. They don't even be on time and whatnot. Breakfast Club's supposed to start at about 7:30. They be broadcasting late, coming on 8:15.
Girl, that's CP. You know what that is.
But y'all know we can't be CP when we in the business. Okay.
Well, and I agree with you. You can't be CP, but look at who's running that channel.
See? I don't know.
That mentality, I do what I want when I want. And don't hold anybody accountable for anything.
Man, that sucks. And I was in the comments like, what happened? They was like, watch the last video. So now I got the video from before on mute going through with some words, and I'm over here.
But I will tell you guys, I'm trying to let Seema in. Seema, can you hear us? There you are in the building. Can you hear us? If not, listen along.
Man. I hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. What's your thoughts on this?
The connection is terrible. I love.
Like, ain't nobody.
I heard some love in there, so we're gonna take that.
Oh, there she go.
Oh, we can't hear her.
All your volume.
We're gonna try to.
Seema. She in that Beamer. That's what it is.
Anyway, I'm not gonna take too long because I'm driving. But
okay,
can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
We could hear her. I don't know.
Okay. So I was gonna say a lot of opinion. A lot of us have opinions and stuff like that. But you know, Richie, what are we doing about it? You know, what are we doing about it? You know what I'm saying? Like in our community, us, what are we doing about it? It's a lot that we can do. I'll give you an example quickly. As a psychotherapist, I see clients, these population that don't have insurance and cannot afford it, right? And they just go, they need mental health services, but they can't get it because one, they're working part-time and they don't qualify for whatever reason. But what are we doing about it? You know, we can't just always start pointing fingers. The Jewish people, you know, we sit and we start black, doesn't matter where you're from. You know, that's why I like your show because you put it out there. Let people ponder on it and just think and figure it out. Like it's decided when I do private practices, and that's my goal. But eventually I want to have maybe a non-for-profit where funding goes to this population, those who cannot afford it, you know? So every you're saying, yes, there's racism, there's nothing we could do about it. We have to educate ourselves. You know, I work for an agency in the past, and then I realized they even pay us less. Then I started doing some research, and I'm being paid less than another person with the same title. So what can I do about it? I decided to become a consultant. I found out insurance pays a certain amount, and we don't even get not even 25% of that. Had I not looked into it, I would never know. You know? I was born here, raised in West Africa, and I'm here now, but it's just, let's not just talk about it. Let's do something about it. There's so much we can do.
You're right. Thank you for that.
So much. And if we get, can you hear me? Because I see you guys staring at me like.
Yeah, we can hear you.
We can hear you. A little choppy, but hey, we picking it up.
You were speaking knowledge, so we was doing our best to listen.
Yeah, breaking up a little bit, but did you get my point?
Yes, we did. We did. We got to do something about it.
Yeah, we got to start.
Did you get anything I said?
Yes, we did.
Okay, let's just do something about it. It could be small, but it matters. Let's just go out there and, you know, do as much as you can. Open a group home. We have lots of teenagers. That's our future. Let's invest in our future. The younger children, they're coming up because they're growing up, and, you know, we hear about people shooting each other. Yes, I see clients who have been in jail. They come and they're trying to do better. Like a client came and he, abused a child and no one wants to see him. African American, nobody wants to see him because of his history. I took him on because I'm like, business is business. Help. We don't know his environment. We are all product of our environment. All of us.
Yeah.
I know what I was brought up with. So in order to change that mentality, you have to go in and work. They need help. Until we alter that or change that, there's nothing we could do. You can't assume somebody's gonna come and change. We have our perspective. We all have our own thoughts, how we think. We have to change the way we think and stop thinking that this person is different. We have to, unite and work together. The minute we do that, a lot of things can move forward. But until then, you have people, Africans say, oh, we're African. Well, they can. Or the American population says, you're African. It has nothing to do. We're all black. We have to unite. If we want change, we have to unite.
True.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't have said that
So
any better myself.
I'm a consultant. I'm going to pick up my check. I'm going to disconnect.
Okay, bye-bye.
Now she going to pick up her
Richie.
check. Now she going to pick up her check. That's right. Pick up your check.
Get your money, okay?
Okay. But DJ Rich, I just want you to know how much I've just recently started watching you. And even when you posted it, because the type of job I work real crazy hours. Your notifications go off, and I instantly wake up to see what's going on. Let me see what's going on. Let me see what's the tea for the day. Who done did it, what, why, and how? But I just wanted to make that statement.
Thank you so much.
To let you know how much I love you.
Thank you. I love you too. I really mean that. I'm telling y'all have no idea.
Well, I know. I know.
All right, we got Egypt jumping in here.
This is actually fun.
Hey, Egypt, you in the building?
Oh my goodness, I'm so happy that you did this StreamYard. I just found out about it. I was like, oh my God, Richie is doing a StreamYard and people can call in. I got so excited. So I've been hearing that news since this morning, everything about Nick Cannon. I think he just went about it like he was given the knowledge, but he went about explaining it in the wrong way. And I guess that's the reason why, it's like such of a problem. Wait, let me turn down my, okay. Sorry about that. So, like now is the time of so many things going on. You have to be so careful about so much. Mm-hmm. And when you have, what I don't understand sometimes about some of the celebrities is like, when you've been in the business for a long time and you have longevity, you have so many different projects, you've been blessed, to do so many things. It's like, I don't understand the reason why you don't, advance how you see these other people and make sure you own everything that's yours. Because when you see what's going on, like in the racial thing that's going on, is so many, people now, higher up corporate people that are mad and they're looking at a lot of the celebrities who are brown, beige, or whatever, like they want to call us, they're getting mad at opinions. They're getting mad that they're fighting for their people. They don't like it. It's like, okay, yeah, we like you when you was just being like this. Now that you want to fight the power, you understand what I'm saying? In this revolutionary 2020, it's a problem. And this is the reason why we all need to network together. Like, I'm a person I'm from Philly. So what I do is everybody I know that has black business or beige or whatever, even like some of the Cambodian people, because they grew up in the hood with us. I support everybody. I post everybody on my Facebook. I post everybody on my Instagram, their businesses, everything, because in this day and time, we don't know what's going on. You really don't know what's going to happen next. You understand what I'm saying? We all need to be networked together. If whether it's in your state, whether it's however the case may be, we all gonna need to have our own. Okay, because that's what it's gonna come down to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would rather support like a black network like UMC and pay that money every month with that little bit of money, because that's UMC, that's black owned, it's Asiatic TV. You know, Asiatic was the terms that we were called before black or any type of race was ever, you know, thought of. And they said Asiatic because in way back in Egypt, the first like people to show up with like some type of color in their skin was in Egypt, so they called them Asiatics. They didn't call them black, they didn't call them anything else. That was their term, that was their word for it. UMC TV is Asiatic, is black owned. You know, we have to like start supporting, you know what I'm saying, our own. That's the same way I would rather subscribe and pay some money for you with something that you have going on, opposed to paying for some company that I don't really know who these people are. Right. You know, I would rather put out my $5, $10, $15, whatever it is, $25, you know. This is what needs to be done. This is what they talk about on Roland Martin. I watch a lot of like black media and black TV because, you know, they gonna tell the truth, you know, about everything that's going on. I just said a prayer for Nick because, you know, he's done so much, but it's like, this is a lesson learned, whereas though, you know, that you need to, you know, teach yourself, you know, that, you know, everybody who has something going on, all these, you know, whether you're a celebrity of a show, whether you're a celebrity from, you know, having a platform, whatever it is, you need to have your own. Yeah. You need to network with people, you understand what I'm saying, who are black. This is what needs to be done. It has to be. And it's not no diss or no shade against any other race or anything, but this is what has to be done. Okay. And minority wise, a lot of us fall under that umbrella. So, you know, so long ago, like when I was growing up and I was young, like my family background is like Moorish Americans, Muslims, and Christians and Catholics. And they would always talk about how it was going to be a race war. And they was like, well, who do you think that everybody, you know, will be having an issue with? And you already know who everybody will be having an issue with, because they kind of, you know, sometimes think, especially that they're like better, you know, they think they're better like than everybody. So it's like all of us globally, you know, Latinos, you know, Asians, because, you know, all of us need to, you understand what I'm saying, band together, but also a lot of black people that have a lot of things going on need to support and network amongst each other. And that's one of the reasons why it don't even matter if I don't know the person. That's just like, it's a guy's named Isaac and Moore, and he makes these bags, you understand what I'm saying, on the line. If he came with his own print, you know, I would rather buy that from him than to buy like a Louis Vuitton or something. You understand what I'm saying? Because he's a young black guy. You know what I mean? This is what I would rather support. That's like, this is the, you know what I mean, Stephanie, if you had a business, I know about it. I don't know where you live at. It don't matter. If I know you got business, you got something going on that's beneficial for people, I'm going to tell them about it. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not asking for anything. That's just what needs to be done. You receive blessings. It don't have to be in the form of money. You receive blessings just for, you know what I mean, doing something that's nice or whatever, putting something out there for somebody. And so I think that what he needs to do now is everybody need to get behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? Have y'all little talks, get it together. You know what I mean? And he need to get on somebody's platform, whether it's on, whether he needs to do something with Tyler Perry, whether he needs to get with maybe Lena Waithe, somebody. Everybody, it's a lot of people that are powerful to have connections, and everybody now needs to band together, and they need to have his back. And that's what I really want to say.
Well, I'm gonna pray that happen.
I think that
I'm sorry, I done ran down on y'all. I ran down on y'all real quick because I was so hyped watching. I was like, oh my God, I gotta get in there. I don't know how long he's gonna be on here. I gotta say what I gotta say.
I'm getting ready.
You gave us
DJ Richie, I'm gonna let you go because these crabs right here,
Girl,
Oh,
send me a
my
oh,
message,
Stephanie, you
okay?
was wrong. Why you gonna do?
That's
I'm
why I was
sorry,
saying yes, Stephanie, in the chat. All right, but we'll see you in the next one.
Okay, thank you. Have a great day, both of y'all.
All right. Thank
You
you,
too,
Okay, bye-bye.
Stephanie.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
EJ.
So, yes, I'm gonna get over here. I just wanted to say one thing. I was so hyped, right? I had been found out about StreamYard, but I was like, I don't want to be trying to tell nobody what to do or nothing. But I was like, damn, I wonder, is Richie into the whole StreamYard thing? And listen, and then next thing, Richie's doing a StreamYard. I said, oh, I got to get up in there. But thank you for listening. I love everybody. I always say to, you know, I mean, like the video and all that stuff, because I know those type of things kind of like supports the channel. Yeah. And I love everything you're doing. I started watching you off, I think, I used to see you on AfterBuzz. And then in my YouTube feed, like you would keep coming up. So I was like, that looks like the guy. And I was like, well, let me see. And I started watching, and that was way before the pandemic. And I just been watching ever since. So have a happy birthday. You are a blessing. I love your content. I love how you put it out. You're not biased. You're very educational on a level with things. And I just love everything. And have a good evening. Bring your birthday in with a bang. And hopefully I'll see you tomorrow with your little chat or whatever.
Bye, Egypt.
All right. Bye-bye.
Welcome back, Mimi.
Hi, I just wanted to say, just piggybacking over something that Egypt said about people coming together, whether you know you're Hispanic, Black, whatever. I totally agree with that. And I think that in our households we need to talk about it more. As far as when it comes to like racism, because me personally, you know, I grew up in the Bronx, New York. My mom is from Aruba. My dad is from Puerto Rico. And I just remember when I was a little girl, like when my mom and dad got divorced, my dad had married another Puerto Rican woman. And I remember my sister and I went to a birthday party, and she was asking if we had blackface on, calling me the N-word and things like that. And it was one of those unspoken things. And I had a big issue with that, 100%. So I understand, like, you know, I understand how people feel when it comes to race, even though my background, you know, I'm all mixed up or whatever. And I feel like sometimes when I interact with certain people, they judge me based on the color of my skin. And I get it from my own people. I get it from all types. And it's just like, I don't understand where that comes from. And I think that we need to speak about that more in the household. Yeah. And even on my mom's side, even though she's Caribbean, you know, I was always told, oh, don't bring a Black man into my house. Like, why? That's just 100%. My grandmother's a dark-skinned woman. And the abuse that I saw that my grandmother went through, he had women who were lighter than my grandmother tell my grandmother leave the house just so he could be with the other woman. It's like, why be married at this point? And I'm just saying, stuff that we go through in our childhood, it does affect us in different ways. And I think that all this stuff needs to start in the household first. Because me personally, like, you know, I'm the outcast of my family because I didn't follow their way. I'm my own person. I love who I love, and I love everybody. It depends on where you're at mentally. I don't care about the color of your skin or anything like that. It's how you treat me. But again, we got to start talking about this very young in our household and not be so afraid to discuss it. And I know that we all come from different backgrounds. We're all different. Our families are different. But I think that we should start having that conversations with our family and teaching our kids young. Because it's just, me personally, it's like, I don't know where I fit in sometimes. You know, it's like, if I have an opinion on something that's a Black issue, it's like, oh, you're not Black enough. If I have an opinion on something that's going on in the Hispanic community, I'm being told, oh, you're not Hispanic enough. So what am I supposed to do? You know, and I support you know, Black businesses all the time. I live in New York, so you know, it's very diverse, but it kind of hits, it just is hurtful. I'm sorry, I know like my thoughts are all over the place, but, and I'm not the best speaker, but it's just hurtful. It's just very hurtful. You want to connect with somebody, and it just sucks that race gets in the way. And I know we can't help but see the color of somebody's skin. And sometimes it's just a lonely place for me, not knowing where I fit in. Like, it's just difficult. And I just wish that we would talk about it a little bit more, because not everybody from my background, I mean, I'm speaking for, well, I should say I'm speaking for myself.
Yeah.
I'm not like that. I love Black music. I love watching the shows. But at the same time, it's just like, why can't I have an opinion? And I just wish that somebody could answer that question for me. I'm not sure. I'm not sure who to ask, or, you know, because you get different answers from everybody. And it's just like, it's just so frustrating. Honestly. It's really.
So I think from what I've gathered today, and I think from what we have all talked about, the best thing to do is first creating safe spaces for all of us to have discussions where we don't always agree, but we. So let me preface this by saying, first of all, thank you. I think it's Mimi Selfney for the super chat. But I wanted to say this. I was having this discussion about relationships, right? And I always think that the best type of relationship is the relationship where you feel safe enough to say how you really feel without the threat of feeling like you're going to be outcast or ignored or yelled at or screamed at for saying what you are feeling, right?
Yeah.
So when you think about the relationships that you have with either like your best friends or your significant other, you want a relationship where you can be yourself,
exactly,
mess up and still be accepted and loved. And I feel like that's the sort of community that I feel like I would like for us to foster here. And I feel like it's having these conversations and having different perspectives and hearing different opinions, but still being okay. Like, as I'm looking at the chat, I see a lot of people, you know, will agree with this, but I also see there's always one or two like people who have like, I hate to call them trolls, but you know, sometimes they'll come in with something really negative to just throw off the whole energy and the vibe of what we're trying to do here. And that's okay, because they just need love too. Okay. They just haven't found that love, and they need that love. And that's what we can
hurt people. Hurt people. That's just the bottom line.
That's it. And so when we look at people through that lens, I feel like we can then begin to see, okay, like people are not perfect, but if we can all come together and have civilized discussions without getting overly offensive or overly offended,
right?
I feel like we can then begin to understand where other people are coming from, you know, especially with regards to things within our own communities, you know what I'm saying? In terms of like, and that's the reason why I wanted to come to you guys with this Nick Cannon situation, because I wanted to have a safe space for us to come together and either agree or disagree. But at least at the end of the day, if we agree or disagree, we leave having heard another opinion, having heard something different, having seen something different, and all still being okay. And if we can get to that point, I feel like that's how we begin to start, as Jada Pinkett calls it, healing ourselves. You understand what I mean?
Yeah. So
included.
I definitely agree with that. And I think like even with me, just trying to learn about myself, like I just I just read about different cultures. There's different things we can do to learn about each other. Like, it's out there. It's free. So I've just been learning about different cultures. I want to know different things, even when I like to get my hair braided. It got to the point where I'm like, I want to know where this hairstyle came from so I can give props to the people that started this. And I think that a lot of people don't do that. And, you know, again, knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. And I think that we should enforce that in our families, with our kids as well. Because there's too much, I feel like with families, there's just too much secrets. Like, oh, we, you know, don't talk about this outside of the house. But it's just like, it's so difficult. For me, it's just difficult on both sides. It's just difficult.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one that feels that way when it comes to certain things. It's just hard to find people to connect with that are willing to speak about these things. So
yeah, I mean, and to be honest with you, you're not the first. This isn't the first time where I've heard someone come to me or speak aloud about feeling the way that you're feeling. I would just tell you, I think at this point, to stay curious about everything that you're curious about right now, and to keep asking the questions, because I just feel like that's how you get to the space of knowing the things that you want to know, but also just being better. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's how we all get there. And if we stay curious about, okay, why did he come at that perspective? That's another reason why I posted the full Nick Cannon, you know, interview. So people can actually, you know, whatever you get from it, you know, if you're offended, if you want to call him to the carpet, one of the things that he did say was that he invited people to come to the table to have discussions with him where they can hold him accountable. And I sort of feel like, you know what, that's a good perspective, because if you say or do something that is wrong to someone else, because to someone, they were offended by what he said, right? If that offending party comes to the table and says, this is why I was offended, then there is a bridge that can be built there in the interim to say, okay, how do we meet in the middle? Or how do I understand you? Or how do you understand me? And how do we leave this space feeling better about our interaction? And I think that's the space that he was trying to go to when he came out with his statement afterwards. And again, I think also too, we need to look at the intent of the person. Do I think that he was intending to be, you know, problematic? I don't think he was intending that. I think that what he said offended people. You know what I mean? And I some of the things I felt like could have been worded differently. But ultimately, when you look at the, I feel like sometimes we can't look at what a person does. We look at the totality of who they are and what he's done for the culture and the work that he puts in. He is somebody who is active. He's somebody who's doing it. I don't know. It's a hard thing to digest, but I love that I was able to digest this whole situation with you guys. Let me say this. If you guys like this, I don't know. This was on a whim that I decided to do this. If you guys like this, then maybe I can incorporate this like maybe once a week into, you know, our sort of repertoire of videos, you know, because sometimes I get so caught up with just, you know, putting out, you know, news content, and then I just literally pass out at the end of the day.
Yeah, I understand.
I do. I literally do. But if y'all like it, then I'll incorporate it. But I thank you guys for tuning in, and Mimi, thank you for sharing. Thank you to everybody who shared.
You're welcome. I love everybody.
Leilani says to do it on Fridays. Thank you, Mimi. Leilani says to do it on Fridays. Chantel says yes. D says, interact with your squad. Okay, I got you, boo. Tara says Mondays. We'll figure out a day. We'll figure out a day to do it. And again, in creating this safe space, know that what you say, particularly for those of us who are coming to the table with good intentions, know that what you say will not be taken with offense, but with the idea that your perspective is valid. We hear you, we receive it, and whether we agree or disagree on it, it means something, okay? And so then when we leave this space, we hopefully end up at a place where we've heard something new, we respected something new. So now our hopefully our internal tolerance for when we hear something that goes against what we think naturally, it starts to, okay, I can take that a little, you know, I can take a different perspective. I can learn something from it, because I feel like having these conversations is the only way that we're going to move forward as a culture. You know what I'm saying? And then move forward together and then work on building plans to do something different. Just a little quick tip for you guys. I don't know. I don't know if you guys have heard of this, but there's a platform called Streamalytics. A friend of mine, her name is Angela Benton. She is very well known in the tech world. It's a data corporation where they compile data specifically for, you know, within the African American culture. She just literally opened it up to people who are looking to invest, and so they're going to go public with that at some point. But if you guys are looking for, you know, things to invest in, particularly a Black company that I feel like is going to really do some amazing things, definitely look into that. Streamalytics, I'll maybe try to post. If I can find the Instagram, let me see if I can find the Instagram. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm looking it up now. Because I know a lot of you guys had asked me about investing stuff before. And I want to get you guys that information. I do not get anything from this. It is just simply my goal to give you guys good information. So before we close out, can we do something real quick? Everybody may not, whatever you believe in, if we can, if y'all don't mind, if we could say a quick prayer, you know, I'll put it in the description bar as well, guys. Thank you, One Busy Bee, for that. If we could say a quick prayer before we go, because that's just my spirit is leading me in that direction. Real quick, thank you so much, dear Heavenly Father, for blessing us today with the ability to come forward, speak, be heard, listen, hear, understand, develop new patterns and new thoughts, new ways of thinking. And I pray that today is a day that we will not forget and that we will remember until the next time we are all able to meet in this space, this safe space. And hopefully you will continue to bless us as we maneuver throughout this world that we live in right now, dear Heavenly Father. I pray that you will just bless us with safety, with good health, dear Heavenly Father, as we continue about our day. I pray that you will just continue to watch over us. Anyone who is in this chat, bless our families, bless our friends, even if they are not in this chat, dear Heavenly Father, and they are special to us in this squad, dear Heavenly Father. I pray that you will just continue to watch over us, lead us and guide us all the days of our lives. All these things I do ask in Jesus' name. I do pray. And for whatever you guys believe in, amen. All right. With that being said, I want to tell y'all, I love y'all. Thank y'all for rocking with me for this. Totally impromptu, but you know, I'm glad we did it. And I just want to let y'all know that you guys are loved so much, so much. I can't even tell you guys that. I literally had a hard day today, and you guys, this has just lifted my spirit so much. Tomorrow is my birthday. I might jump on live real quick. We'll see. But anyway, I love y'all, and I will see y'all in the next video.